Where my phone? Now I feel like something in my nose. He is so loud. Okay. Hopefully YouTube send out some notifications because we're about to get back on to doing our lives. I'm probably gonna have to schedule a time so that everybody will know. But if I get back into doing them regularly, then you guys will know that I'm basically going to be here every day. Then they're talking about religion. I probably could have like combed my hair a little bit or put a little bit of gel on it. Okay, while y'all coming in, I'm gonna do that. I have told my husband that it be sounding like he arguing. Okay, it's saying that three people are here. We are going to do an oracle card for the new year. And I'm probably going to start off the lives with a card. Let's see. I don't feel like doing a whole lot of shuffling. And I think I shuffled upside down anyway. If I burp, it's because I just ate breakfast. So bear with me. It's not personal. So don't start out the year taking stuff that happened to you personally. Because it ain't personal. Most of the things that happen to us, when we in the grocery store, I be seeing people take stuff personal that ain't got nothing to do with them. Oh, I was in the grocery store and this lady was looking at me, or half the time people be looking and they not tripping off of you. Stop taking everything so personal. Half the time it don't have nothing to do with you. People be in their own world. And I always hear people saying stuff like, yeah, I was in a store and this woman was looking at me. The woman may have been facing your direction, but she probably wasn't even thinking about you at all. Learn to stop taking so much stuff personal. That's how people get into stupid altercations. Like I was looking at a skit that this young man did on his TikTok, and at the it was him sitting at the gas station, and I guess was somebody like parked next to him, and he looked out his window and asked the dude, "What you looking at? What you looking at?" And the dude was like, "What do you mean? I ain't looking at." "Yeah, you was looking at me." And the altercation just kept going back and forth between the two of them, and then the young man in the car pulls out a gun. And so the other person was like, "Oh, you gonna have to use that. You gonna have to use that." And he did. So after he does what he did, he gets back in the car, and his mind is just like, "I just messed up my whole life." But it was after the fact. He's replaying the situation in his mind and telling himself, "You about to go to jail." Over something that was so inconsequential. And that's what a lot of people go through. You take things so personal that really don't have nothing to do with you. If you stop thinking that other people are looking at you, or other people are judging you, or other people even care about you. People don't even care about you. People in the grocery store don't care about you. They too busy trying to get their groceries. Don't nobody care about you. And you out here thinking they looking at you, they judging your outfit, they care about your hair. Like, I'm always seeing young ladies, "Oh, I wish I could be more confident, or I wish I could wear my natural hair, but I'm worried about what this person is going to think about me, or what this person is going to think about me." Then you're never going to be happy. If you're spending your life worrying about what this person thinks about you, or what this person is going to think about you, you are never ever going to be happy. You are always going to be in a state of unhappiness because you too busy worrying about what other people think about you, or and 9 times out of 10, those people are not even thinking about you. They are, they have their own lives that they are thinking about. They doing their own thing. They not worried about you. They're not thinking about you not one bit. Hey, honeybee. I was just saying that people need to stop worrying about what other people think about them. I saw a young lady on social media, and she wanted to wear her natural hair, but she was too busy worried about what other people were going to think about her hair, or what other people were going to think about her afro. Like, she was too scared to go to work with an afro because she felt like her coworkers were used to seeing her in a wig. And if she showed up to work in her afro, she was scared that people, were not going to accept her. Hey, Demona. People were not going to accept her, or people were going to look at her funny. I think if I was still in the workplace, I most definitely would go to work with an afro, with my natural hair, because I'm not wearing a wig every day. But see, that's just who I am as a person. There are days when I get up and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna put my wig on today." Today was not one of those days. I just like brushed my hair, like detangled my hair really good yesterday, and like put some conditioner on it and stuff. And I wasn't gonna put no wig on. I'm not wearing a wig every day to make other people feel good about me. This is my hair. And, you know, if you don't like it, then that's on you. I don't care how other people feel about my hair. This my hair. But let me tell y'all about New Year's Eve. Now, I don't know if y'all grew up in like the black church, but on New Year's Eve night, if you grew up in the black church, you know that you go to watch meeting. And watch meeting is when you go to church and you pray in the new year. You go to church, and when New Year's, like they have like a regular church service, but when New Year's come in at like midnight, everybody is supposed to be praying. Like the pastor will get finished with his sermon and he go into prayer, because you praying in the new year, you praying for those things that you want, you breaking generational curses, you doing all of that kind of stuff to bring the new year in. Well, this church in Atlanta had a New Year's service. They had a watch meeting, and they uh they did things a little differently. They It looked like a club. I can't play the music because it's music. Now that's the pastor. And this is the service. And they were playing secular music. Walk it out, walk it out, walk it out, walk it out. And swag surfing and everything. And Beyonce, playing Beyonce Before I Let Go. So the church was a whole club. This don't even look like church. That's the pastor up there, swag surfing. That looked like a club. I mean, they was legit. This is when they was dancing to Beyonce song Before I Let Go. So they was regular dancing. They was regular dancing. Not Holy Ghost dancing. They were regular dancing. Club dancing at the church. And this pastor is getting a lot of backlash from that. And of course, the people that were there for the service were, of course, agreeing with the pastor. And they are upholding, I guess that's their church, they are upholding their pastor. But people who are more traditional Christians are in an uproar. And for me, I could not have done it. And it does not have anything to do with my age. It just has to do with me growing up having a level of respect for the church, for God's house. And I just don't feel like everything should take place in the church. especially not in the sanctuary. I just don't believe. Like my mother used to tell me, you got to be careful how you even move your feet in the house of the Lord, in the sanctuary. Like this was how I was taught. You just don't do everything in God's house. There are certain things you don't do in the church. But it seems like now the church is not being looked at in the same way that it was looked at when I was young. And I know that a lot of these pastors feel like now they have to have a hook to bring people in to church and to keep them there. Like Christianity and Jesus is not enough to hold people in the church anymore. This has to be what they feel. So they are bringing the world into the church because the church is not enough to hold people. So they are bringing the world into the church now in order to entice, hey, Queen Supreme, in order to entice the younger generation to come to church. They are bringing the world into the church. There's no separation. And if we can separate the church and state, you definitely need to separate the church from the world. Because when that starts to blend in and become one thing, then there's no reason to even go to church. You could just stay your ass at home and bebop and walk it out and crowd surf and do all of the stuff that you do when you go to the club. There's no reason to go to church. You could just go to the club and dance. I mean, I really was. And they were saying that this particular minister has like gospel songs, and a lot of people have really come to Christ because of his music ministry. But a lot of people were saying that they were very upset about the way he had his service that night. And I just wish, some people who were hardcore Christians were in the chat so they could, say how they feel. Because there were a lot of people in the comments on TikTok who were very upset and were saying, that they're not going to watch, they're not going to go to his church. They're not going to, watch his live streams anymore. Hey, Malik, because of the way that he allowed his service to go on. And I believe that the church should be different. Going to church shouldn't be like going to a club. You shouldn't be up doing regular dances at church like you at the club. Dancing to Beyonce at church? I cannot see that. That when the church and the world blend in like that, you got me confused. You got me confused. You can't be a pastor. Because after y'all done got up there and did the Cupid shuffle and the slide and all of this kind of stuff, how then are you supposed to get up and preach the word of God and we Holy Ghost shout, when you just got finished crip walking. Like they was dancing off of Beyonce's Before I Let Go, playing the song in church, and people were in the front of the church dancing at a church in Atlanta. I just, if I had been there and I had heard that, I probably would have been so confused. At first, I would have been like, hold on, is that Beyonce? They playing Beyonce? I know that's not Beyonce. And then the people got up and was dancing. Like I can't play I can't play the audio. But this the video. This when they dancing to Beyonce song. I mean, most of them are even dressed like they going to a club. Most of the women are dressed like they going to a club. They not dressed like they going to church. And I know that church is, there's no correct way. I just have not seen a church that looks like this. I mean, it's lights flashing. They got a baby there? Yeah, that's something else. They got lights flashing. It just looks like a club atmosphere. Saucy Santana was talking to Kirk Franklin. Yeah, it's just there's no difference now between church music and worldly music. Everything is the same. Like, and if the pastor don't care, if the pastor of the church is saying that it's okay to do it, then of course the members, they feel free enough to dance like they would be dancing at the club. You should not be dancing the same way you dance at the club in the house of God. Unless you don't consider that the house of God. You don't see it as the house of God. The church is nothing to you. It's just another building. Like, I was talking to this young man and I blocked his ass on TikTok. He was like, the church is just a building. It's no different from that building than any other building. And I was like, well, honey, if that's your mentality, there's no reason for me and you to even have a conversation. I blocked his ass. Because the church, when the church is open, they come in and they pray over that building. That building is sacred. This is sacred ground, especially the pulpit area. That's where the word of God is coming across. When I grew up, even, hey Phoenix, when I grew up, even as a usher, you couldn't walk across the pulpit You couldn't even get in the pulpit unless you was a minister. You would come to the edge of the pulpit if you needed to give a note or give something to one of the ministers. You stand at the bottom of the pulpit. You didn't even go in the pulpit. That area was sacred. It's only for the ministers. Hey, Bathsheba. But now you can crip walk across the pulpit. You could twerk across the pulpit. You could just be out here doing the electric slide and everything else on across the pulpit because it's no longer sacred. The church is no longer a sacred place. You could just be up in the church twerking, and I'm surprised they wasn't passing the Hennessy bottle around. They didn't have bottle service. They wasn't smoking weed. Because if you could be up in there dancing and twerking and crip walking and what is it? Crowd surfing or walking it out and all of that. If you doing all that, you may as well pass them bottles of Hennessy and get you some champagne. Have the girl doing bottle service and all that. You may as well smoke your weed. People have a smoking section. They over there smoking weed. They over there with the hookahs. After a while, you gonna go to church and they gonna be smoking hookahs. You can rent a hookah at the church and everything. Because it is no longer a sacred place. Well, they may as well come on inside the church and smoke the blunts. If they're going to be twerking and dancing and acting a fool up in there, they may as well smoke and do whatever else they want to do. Because these people no longer respect the church. They do not respect the church. And it's sad. And I was reading a lot of the comments. And there were a lot of younger people, because I'll be looking at people pictures and I'm nosy. I go to your page and everything. And there were a lot of young people who were like, there is no way in the world I would act like that at a church. My grandmother would slap fire from me if I act like that at a church. It was a lot of younger people who were saying it's a no for me. So I'm not putting it on, it was just young people doing it. Because there were a lot of young people in the comments who were saying, oh, I would never do that. You would never catch me dancing in the church. Yeah, William Murphy. And I had never heard of William Murphy before. I've never heard his music. I never heard of him. But I did hear that he took up for, like, they was already mad at him because he had took up for Carl Pearson. I think that's his name. He had kind of took up for him and said that people were treating him bad, and people were kind of mad at him for saying that. Yeah, they say William Murphy is a gospel singer. I ain't never heard of him. I've never heard of him. I never heard no, or maybe I've heard his song and I don't know who he is. I'm a go and research and listen to his song. Yeah, Carl Pearson is the was he a bishop? I think he was a bishop, but I think they took his title from him when he changed his stance on heaven and hell. I think they tried to, well, I don't think they tried to. I think they took his bishop title from him. And William Murphy took up for Carl Pearson and said, that the church should not have did him like that. And people were kind of upset with William Murphy for taking up for Carl Pearson. I ain't know nothing about that. That was just kind of some of the stuff that is floating around on um, TikTok behind his antics at the at his watch meeting service. I saw a pastor dive off the stage into the crowd. I said, "This some foolishness." This was some years ago. I guess that opened the door for this crap going on now. I just really think that these pastors want to do anything to get young people to come to their church. And Atlanta is known for doing things differently, known for doing things lavish and big. And he did that. Oh, so he don't have no recent music? Yeah, Bishop Carl Pearson stopped believing in, he stopped preaching hell the way most preachers do. He stopped, his whole philosophy about hell changed. And pastors don't want, that's the last thing they want, is for a pastor to come out and be like, there's no hell, because hell has always been used as a way to keep the Christians scared. If you don't do thus and so, you're going to hell. And so to take the scary part out, you no longer have control over your people. We got to keep hell in there to scare your ass, to act right. Hell has always been used as the component to keep you scared. That's the control mechanism of Christianity is hell. If you don't do this, you're going to go to hell. If you don't pay your tithes, you're going to go to hell. If you don't act right, you're going to go to hell. If you don't obey your master, you're going to go to hell. So to take that out, you messing up their money. You messing them up. You mean to tell me it ain't no hell? So what am I scared for? So yeah, they was hot. They was mad at his ass. Like, I'm pretty sure they stripped him of his bishop title. I think they did. Yeah, I don't listen to traditional to this new age church music. I like the traditional. I like that old fashioned church music. TD Jakes turned his back on him too. TD Jakes got his own issues that he dealing with. Atlanta is so ghetto. Majority of people there acting like they upper class, and they barely. Everybody in Atlanta want to be bougie. Atlanta is worse than California. I thought I thought that we were bougie here. You know what I mean? I thought I grew up thinking that I was, bougie because we in California. Atlanta, y'all worse than we are. We are naturally bougie though. Atlanta, they putting on because they really not. You can tell when you go someplace and they extra, just extra for no reason. Like a lot of the people in Atlanta just doing too much. She brought her tambourine to the. Now you know Bishop Pearson supported Bishop Jakes earlier in his career. Yeah, they was probably all good friends back then. But that was when Pearson was in with the clique. That was when he believed in the same doctrine as everybody else. Pearson, his whole philosophy changed. He went to a more new age philosophy. His philosophy was more new age than it was actually Christian. That's what it sounded like to me. Like towards the end of his life, it seemed like he was talking more about energy and, like transference of energy and how energy flows and all of that stuff than Christianity. And I think that's why a lot of people were saying that, the devil had got hold of his mind. He had a reprobate mind. And, oh, they talked about him bad. Because all of the Christians, like the Christian shows, he used to be on all those shows and everything. All of them dropped him. They were like, "Oh, he ain't no Christian no more." Yeah, if anytime you talk about transference of energy and energy and stuff like that, they swear for God that's a demon. And they talk about spirits more than anybody else. Bishop Jakes was ashamed of Bishop Pearson, but cheesing in photos with Diddy. I just saw some of his flirty messages with a young man he was trying to get with the other day. You know all that stuff about to come out? California used to be where everybody wanted to be. Now it's Atlanta. But then, but see, when everybody moved to an area, that just makes the everything in that area more expensive. Atlanta is as expensive as California. Certain, apartments, if you want to live in a nice area, you're going to pay about what you would pay if you wanted to live in California. Let me get some tissue. My nose running. I have been fighting this for 2 weeks. My nose, my nose is like running. I kind of feel congested, but don't feel congested. I'm just trying my best not to get it. When my husband got up this morning, he was sounding a little um congested again. Whatever this is that's going around, you'll get it and it'll seem like you're better and then it'll come back. Everybody is saying that. I was watching this one lady said she been going back and forth with it for like 3 weeks. I don't want it. But every now and then it seems like my nose be running. Well, that's how ministers have always moved around like gang members. They've always been like that. Does Jamie Foxx have the photos and camera tapes? Yeah, I refuse to live a life thinking that everything is demonic. Everything is demonic. I just I cannot live like that. Everything you touch is demonic. Oh, I can't do that. That's demonic. Oh, I can't touch those tarot cards. That's demonic. Oh, I can't talk about transference of energy. That's demonic. Oh, I can't wear the Grinch. That's demonic. The Grinch is a demon. Who wants to live like that? It's so disrespectful to behave this way in the Lord's house. I'm so thankful that I was taught how to come in and behave in the Lord's house. I'm totally with you. Girl, when I saw them and this is not even me just being over 50. This is just me having respect for the Lord's house, having a certain reverence for the church. I was grown when I started wearing pants to church. You would never catch me when my mama was, well, I wore them when she was alive. But when I was going to church with her, of course, you never wore pants to church. Even even when we went even when we went to choir practice, usher boy practice on the weekends, on a Saturday, you still put on a skirt or a dress. You don't wear pants to church. My mother-in-law now, to this day, would never wear a pair of pants to church. She don't wear pants to church. When they had her church had little I don't know what they call it, but you could wear your team jersey to church that Sunday. She had her little skirt. She had her. Did she wear a Niners jersey or a Raiders? I think she had on a Niner. She had her little t-shirt on and a skirt. You don't even wear pants to church. So I'm definitely not going to be out here dancing like I dance at the club in the church house. Mm-mm. I can't get that comfortable. I can't. I think had I been to somebody's church and they were doing that, I think I would have had to go home because I couldn't have gotten that comfortable to be dancing like that. My mind would have been like, what if what if the Lord decide to come in this moment and I'm twerking in his house? He gonna look at me and be like, girl, are you serious? What are you doing? Nah, I don't want to take that kind of chance. I really don't. I truly believe that you manifest your own reality, believing that. You know, I understand. If you see demons in everything, you will see demons in everything. You will dream about demons and everything because that's your whole reality. I don't see demons in anything. I have so many people. It has calmed down since I stopped doing a lot of spiritual videos. But I used to have so many people sending me emails talking about this demon is chasing me. I saw this demon. I saw that demon. This demon is doing this to me. Oh, demons are having sex with me at night. How can I stop the demons from? Girl, how's y'all seeing all these demons? I mean, I used to get. If I open the email and the first thing was a demon came to me in my dream, I wouldn't even read the rest of it because I used to be like, how are these people seeing all these demons? Why? Why do you even want to see all these demons? Honey, the church is totally different than what it was when we were young. These people don't have no respect for the church. Before my grandma was Jehovah's Witness, she was holy and she started wearing pantsuits. I didn't start wearing pants. I was grown before I wore pants to church. Girl, what if God had came in just as I was dropping it low and was like, this is it? I'm not taking that chance. I can't take. Wait, the chat is moving too fast. I can't see y'all comments. I'm not taking that chance. So it's just certain things I'm not about to do at church. I'm not going to a church that's gonna act like that. But if we are the temple and God lives in us, then God can catch us in a lot of foolishness. He may catch me in some foolishness, but he not gonna catch me twerking in his house. He ain't gonna catch me. Now he might caught them, but he ain't gonna catch me. Your positive energy still comes through the videos, and sometimes I feel like I'm listening to my sister. Oh, Liz, thank you. I had a client tell me Oshun was trying to kill him, and he almost got kidnapped. I told him that wasn't Oshun. I don't know what in the hell he was practicing. Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of that. I get a lot of that. Um, people people writing me emails telling me that Orishas is trying to kill them. Like I was watching somebody's TikTok and the girl was like, "Oh, y'all better be careful. Y'all better be careful cuz Shango is on the loose and he out here killing people." Girl, what? What? And she was serious too. She was serious. She was warning people on TikTok that Shango was on the loose and he was out there killing people. I said, see, some people should not even have a social media. Let me say this. Oh, I forgot to change. How do I change that? Let me change my banner. I have changed my where is it? I have changed my, I don't know how to, I'll figure it out. I have changed the channel name. I am no longer almost soon. I got to take it down off of there. I got to figure out how to do. I got to figure out how to do it. I have. I just want to be myself, and I'm gonna tell you guys why I changed the channel name. I think that almost soon, being almost soon, kind of put me in a box, and people only expected one thing from an almost soon. And that got to a point where it got on my nerves because I am much bigger than Omo Oshun. Omo Oshun is just a very small part of my life. That's not my whole entire life. Okay? And so, in this channel, I want to bring out more of who I am, not more of who Omo Oshun is. Because the majority of y'all don't know who Oshun is anyway. And that's not who I am 24/7. So I got to change it there. And then I changed it on the channel. And we want to let that go in 2024. I am LaShawn. Phoenix said, now I've also prophesied real things, so I know it's real and had forewarning, but I remember a demon that had me so shook for 2 or 3 days. I was weeping in church trying to get them to stop. Yeah, I've never been I've never been chased by a demon. I've never I've never, I've never had a demon encounter. The only encounter that I had was after I went to a Bay and I had a dream about Papa Legba, but Papa Legba is not a demon. Okay, so I cannot say that I have ever um encountered a demon, had a fight with a demon. Now I have had what I think was sleep paralysis, but I don't consider that demonic because there was no entity involved in that. Like I didn't see a demon. I just felt woke. Like I could see in my bedroom, but I couldn't move. I couldn't sit up. Like I was laying down and I couldn't get up. I think it was sleep paralysis. I don't consider that demonic. I don't consider myself having ever had, and I don't ever want one. I'm not one of those type of people. I think some people want to have, and I'm not saying this is you, Phoenix, but there are some people who want to have these encounters with demons. They want that story. I had the demon came to me, and that ain't my life. I don't want a encounter with a demon, and I've never had one. Drop it low. Who was singing that? Drop it low for Jesus. So she said, I was being assaulted in my sleep. I feel things and see them sometimes. And I have been right about my inkling. Some really bad things. I've never dreamed of deities. Yeah, I've had dreams where, or premonitions, or, things like that, that I have been right about. And I have prayed about certain situations, and things have been revealed to me. Those type of things have happened to me. I have a certain spiritual discernment, but I don't, and I think this has used to be my prayer, not to have any type of dealings with any demons. I never wanted that. That wasn't my prayer. I remember I used to attend a church, and the pastor was African, and he said it was his prayer. He wanted to, how did he say it? Not fight demons, but come against them, because his sister was an alcoholic, and he always, you know, that it was his, because he would consider drugs or alcohol a demon on a person. So, it was his prayer to be able to come against those demons and fight those demons and challenge those demons for people. That was his ministry. His prayer ministry was to come against demons and all that. That wasn't my ministry. That wasn't my ministry. I'm not out here trying to slay demons and fight demons and all that kind of stuff. That ain't my thing. The prayer has always been my ministry, but not the prayer over demons and stuff. Just like praying and laying hands on people, that used to be my, like, when I was in the ministry, as a minister. That was my ministry, but not demonic prayer. That wasn't my thing. But that is a thing for some people. Malik say, I don't even get in situations where demon and negative spirits can harm me. I usually stay spiritually strapped, and I venerate my ancestors on a regular. I just don't put myself in a position where, yeah, I'm not I'm not looking for that. That ain't my thing. I'm not trying to fight demons. I don't, even with the Loa, it's even certain Loa that I don't really mess with them like that. Like, I don't get into, like, the voodoo spirits, and it was never, like, I never wanted the Orishas to mount me. It wasn't like, I don't want Oshun to come in me. Like, I'm a child of Oshun, but I was never one of those people. I want the Orishas to come in me and all that kind of. No, I don't want all that. I don't want that. I'm just different when it comes to spirits and demons and, you know, voodoo and the loas and deities and all of that kind of stuff. You ain't got to come in me. We can, can have a whole level of respect for you without you coming in me, without you mounting me, or like, I don't want to brag and be like, oh yeah, well, Oshun mounted me and I was this, and no, I don't need I don't want those type of bragging rights to, hey, Tina, I don't want to do that. Phoenix and my pastors were very spiritual warfare heavy, and used to allow people to lay hands, some of them who turned out to hate me. So I never prayed for encounters with demons. That wasn't my thing. And I never really wanted to go to church, to a church where they did a whole lot of spiritual warfare, because I went to this holiness church one time and they was like throwing up in buckets and spitting and, pressing people's stomach and pushing, throw it up, and no, don't, and um I have a fear of vomit. I forgot what this fear, emesis, something, but it's like the I have a fear of vomit, like hearing vomit, seeing vomit will like trigger something in me and almost make me vomit, and I get real nauseated and everything. So going to a church and y'all throwing up in buckets and stuff, y'all spitting, and oh, they was just doing too much. Like, I could not go there anymore. I was so sick. I thought mounting was part of the initiation experience. It's not. It's not. That's not part of the initiation. You don't get mounted at your initiation. I've never seen anybody mounted at their initiation. That's people, the Orishas normally mount at ceremonies when the drums are being played and the songs are being played for that specific Orisha. And you have to be like, I'm a child of Oshun. So Oshun would mount me. Like Yemaya wouldn't mount me. Like just a random Orisha is not going to mount you. And you're not going to go to a Bembe and just an Orisha just mount you, and you're not a priest. You're not, it don't happen like that. I really thought I had found the real Christianity in the charismatic Pentecostal non-denominational churches, and they were some of the worst people. Yeah, it's crazy people in all denominations. I don't know who Tiamat is. I never heard of that. I'm a Cancer. Getting mounted is very easy for me. And I used to do it when I was young, but now I just connect without doing it. I don't understand what does astrology have to do with being mounted? I don't understand that. For voodoo, I don't know. Are you talking about mounting? For voodoo, I I can't tell you because I've never seen anybody. I've never seen anybody in person mounted in voodoo. So I have no idea. You will swear my husband and his father are fighting, and they in there talking about God. They talking about the church. Yeah, I'm not into astrology, so I don't know anything about sun signs and Mercury and all that kind of stuff. I'm not into astrology. I'm speaking Lukumi. You can be mounted by Loa, but I don't know if you get mounted by Loas during your initiation because I don't know anything about their initiation. I've never been to a voodoo or voodoo initiation. I've only been to Santeria and Lukumi initiations and ceremonies. I've never been to a voodoo or voodoo ceremony. I know people who practice, but I've never been to one of their initiation ceremonies because it seems like the voodoo ceremonies are um a little bit more sacred or a little bit, you know, you're not invited if you're not initiated. A little more closed off than the Lukumi or Santeria. Their ceremonies are open. Well, parts of the ceremony is open to exclusive. Thank you. I'm trying to find the word. There's a little bit more exclusive. Whereas the Lukumi and Santeria initiations are a little bit more open, except for certain parts. Certain parts are very exclusive, and only initiated people who are priests can partake in certain parts, and then the rest of it is open to everybody. But voodoo, I think theirs is a little bit more exclusive. You not gonna just be up in there looking at everything. But to be honest, I don't know because I've never been there. Yeah, see Malik, I don't think that you understand what being mounted is because you're not just going to be driving down the street and be mounted. That's not going to happen. And if you're not a child of one of these orishas, it's not going to happen. You can't just get mounted by all orishas. You can't just be walking down the street and get mounted by an orisha. That's not how it works. But see, because people feel like they can just do anything, there you go. I was about to ask if they arguing. Girl, they not. They talking. They talking. But that's when my husband gets serious and he is making a when they talking, they be loud like that. If even if they talking about football, if they talking about church, whatever they talking about, they be loud like that. And I be telling him all the time, babe, it sounds like you arguing. Even my mother-in-law be come downstairs. What are y'all talking about? And then they'll shut up. But she ain't came downstairs yet. Yeah, we weren't wearing no pants to church. Yeah, Palo is even more hush hush. I have never. One thing I have not seen is, well, no, I take that back. I saw one. It's one guy that will do a couple of things, Palo, and post it on the internet, but it's not a lot. It's definitely not a lot. Because Palo is the dark side. So most people that practice Palo are not putting their stuff on the internet. You are definitely not going to see anything in Palo unless you practice. Unless you are initiated. You're not you're not gonna see that. And I never went back to see if I could after I was told no, not right now. And because I was going through um just a bad point in my life, and honey, them Orishas was like, hell no, don't let her practice no Palo. Hell no. Come back later, girl. I never been to an initiation, and I still have spirits from those religions who mount me. Do you think he could be bloodline? I've been practicing. If you have not been initiated, ain't no spirits mounting you. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't know what's going on with you, but if you have not been initiated, those spirits are not mounting you. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, yeah, that's not happening. You just doing what you want to do. You're just having whatever experiences you have chosen to have. But if you have not been initiated, the Orisha don't know you. They don't know you. They just know you from maybe bloodline. Your ancestors know you. But the Orishas have not been formally introduced to you. They're not mounting you. I don't know what's going on with you, but the Orishas are not. You have not been initiated. You have not formally been brought to any Orisha. There's no Orisha on your head. You're not being mounted by no Orisha. And you're not driving down the street and an Orisha is just mounting you for no reason. That's not happening. Uh, Let me see. I've gotten readings from a woman who practices Palo a couple of times. She is very accurate in the real deal and straightforward, but she don't play. Yeah, I had a really nice reading from, and that was when I was told, no, not right now. And he wanted me to come back. And I think the shop that he had moved. What was he? A priest of Oya? I think so. I think he was a priest of Oya. And he practiced Palo. Because he wanted to initiate me. But I never went through with it. He wanted to initiate me. He wanted to give me my warriors. And I never went through with it. And he told me that the Orisha said no, not Palo at this time. Not flat out, not hell no, but no, not right now. And it made sense because I was going through a lot of stuff. Like I was really going through a transition. I had a lot of pent up anger at the time. And it probably wasn't a good time for me to be delving into the dark side of Santeria. It probably wasn't, because it was during, if you followed me on social media at that time, like I was popping off at a lot of people. If you said anything to me, that was when I would pull out that black candle and be on your ass in a minute. That I'm not that person anymore. I was on some real black candle revenge. If anybody said anything to me crazy, like, and a lot of times, if somebody said something to me on social media, I wouldn't even clap back, but I would be behind the scenes, just dang. I ain't that person no more. I ain't got time for all that shit. Now I just block people and keep moving. I don't have time to be, like getting mad at people and doing all that kind of stuff. Like, I have calmed down so much. But I really went through a period of time when if you made me mad, I was ready to hurt your ass. I really was. How would you explain mounting? I know when I get mounted, I will have taste for foods I usually don't eat or don't want. I used to do a lot of work mounting spirits. I also used to allow in. You obviously don't know what mounting is. But I don't want to get off into that because I don't care. I'm not living that life anymore. I don't care about that. Do whatever you was doing, keep doing that. But you're not initiated. You're not. So these spirits are not mounting you because they don't just mount a person driving down the street. That's not how it works. I Do you know how many car accidents it would be if spirits was just mounting people as they're walking down the street or driving down the street? That makes absolutely no sense. The Orishas only mount people during ceremony. That's when you are mounted by your Orisha, is during a ceremony. Because usually they come with a message. So they just mounting you because they ain't got nothing else to do? That makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense. But if that's gonna make you feel good, keep live your life. Don't listen to me, even though I'm telling you the truth. Phoenix said, I remember, girl, I used to be crazy back in the day. And do you know that I have privated a lot of those videos because I'm not that person anymore. I have calmed down a lot, and I don't want people to go back and watch those videos and think, oh, she on that. No, I'm not. Hey, Sandra. Okay, sweetie. Well, I'm here to tell you guys that I am going to be doing more. We're gonna go back to doing our lives. And what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna dedicate one day a week. It's gonna be our spiritual day where we gonna get all this stuff off our chest. Okay? Any questions you have, you got one day a week to talk about that. We gonna do that. And then I'm gonna break these days up. I think Wednesday It's going to be Women's Health Wednesday. My best friend, who is like around the same age as I am, me and her are going to do a podcast about women's health. We gonna talk about. She has diabetes, so one day we may talk about the effects of diabetes on the body. But we're gonna do a podcast together. Yesterday we were testing the StreamYard situation. So we did finally get that to working. So she's going to actually be on the screen with me, and we're going to talk. Hopefully, we're going to hopefully do it on Wednesdays, but it's going to have to be in the evening because she works during the day. So we're going to start that. I'm going to see if my son can maybe come on and he do a podcast with me maybe one day. And my husband lied and said that he going to come on and do a segment with me. I mean, if I don't have a problem with people just being a spiritualist. But don't be out here telling people that you are being mounted by Orishas and you're doing this with the Orisha, you're doing that with the Orisha, and you've never been initiated. Don't do that because you're lying. And anytime you say that to me, I'm going to call you out on it because once you tell me that you've never been initiated, then those things have not happened to you. That's not happening. That's not how it happens. If you don't even know how it's supposed to happen, it ain't happening to you. Or maybe they're being contacted by something else. Who knows? But it ain't the Orisha. It ain't the Orisha. You're not being mounted by no Orisha and you have not been initiated. That's not how it works. Maybe you want to be, but if you want to be mounted by the Orisha, then you need to go and go through the procedure. Get initiated. So things will happen to you, right? And why do you want to be mounted? What is the big deal about saying that you've been mounted by an Orisha? You've been mounted by the Orisha, and what happens? Like Malik said, he gets mounted by the Orisha and he gets hungry and wants food I've never heard of that. I ain't never heard of that. That don't make no sense to me. Now, you know me, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. If you come in here and you say something and it don't make no sense, I'm going to tell you. Now, if you don't want to hear the truth, don't come in here telling me nothing. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. And that don't make no sense. And you can be a spiritualist. You can even not being initiated. You can still be a spiritualist, but you're not being mounted by Orisha and you're not initiated. It's just not happening. Because you don't even have a real altar set up. You don't have orishas. You don't have pots. You don't have anything. You just have, maybe your ancestor altar or something like. You don't even own orishas. So why would they come to you? Your head hasn't been marked. Let me go. That's just not how it works. Yeah, I know, Phoenix. Yeah, I don't, if you just consider yourself a spiritualist, just consider yourself a spiritualist. You don't have to, a spiritualist, you don't have to be mounted by the, like, that don't make you, I think sometimes when people say things like that, they think it gives them one up on a person. Oh, I've been mounted by the Orisha. Or this happened to me. This happened to me. Okay. What's my opinion about speaking in tongues? I don't have an opinion. That's just what some people that's just what some people do. Some people were, it depends on your denomination. Like holiness churches, they believe that if you don't speak in tongue, you're not saved. I don't believe that. I don't believe you have to speak in tongue to be saved. I mean, I don't really have an opinion about speaking in tongue. I don't have a problem with it. If people speak in tongue, they speak in tongue. If they don't, they don't. Like I grew up Baptist. We didn't. That's not really part of our religion, is to speak in tongue. But if you speak in tongue, you speak in tongue. I don't have a problem with it. If that's your um like, I don't care. I don't really have an opinion about it. Some people do, some people don't. I don't think people that speak in tongue are any more saved than people that don't speak in tongue. I don't speak in tongue because I've never belonged to a church that did. But I've only belonged to Baptist and non denominational churches. And so none of the churches that I went to spoke in tongue. Like most of the churches that speak in tongue are like Church of God in Christ, Pentecostal, um, Apostolic, I think. They speak in tongue? Yeah. Yeah, it's part of the culture of the church that you belong to. Baptist church normally don't speak in tongues. And I said normally because all of these churches are kind of, blending in now because people are leaving one church, going to another church, and they may come to a Baptist church from a Church of God in Christ and they spoke in tongues there and bring that with them. But normally, Baptist people from Baptist church don't speak in tongues. But I mean, I don't really have an opinion per se about it. If that's your, if that's been your tradition, then that's your tradition. Baptists are freaked out by tongues. I used to belong. I don't think they freaked out. Like I wasn't never freaked out by it. I just, it just wasn't something that we were used to. But I mean, we had heard of people speaking in tongues. Like I can't say we were freaked out. It just wasn't something that we were used to. Like what Hebrew words? Who is they? You saying Baptist or xenophobic? How? Because I grew up Baptist, and I still consider myself Baptist. I still consider myself Baptist going to, if I was going to go back to, well, I don't know. I could probably go to a non-denominational church. But you of course you enjoy what you grew up in. What's xenophobic? Y'all be coming up with. Y'all got too many terms for me. Showing a dislike or prejudice against people from other countries. I don't remember going through that as Baptists. We just didn't have a lot of, I mean, the Baptist church that I went to was predominantly black. We didn't have a lot of other people there. So how were we xenophobic if everybody that we had at our church was black? Do you know that song Shabbat? It has several Hebrew words in it. And they were like, "Oh, I'm Baptist. We don't say that." No, I ain't never heard of that. Happy New Year, Seeker 101. No, I've never heard of that. If I have, I don't. I would have to hear it again. I don't know that one. I never heard that one. I mean, but I don't know. I wouldn't consider Baptist churches xenophobic. I don't know. I don't know how you using the term. I'm trying to say I'm used to Baptists being weird about other languages, so xenophobic in terms of devaluing other cultures' languages. Yeah, I don't know what you mean though. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. Like, if the church is speaking English, then why would you? I wouldn't want somebody else to come in and use another language if everybody in the church speaks English. I don't really understand what you're trying to say, or devaluing other people's cultures or language. I don't understand that. I don't. I stopped watching Funky Dineva years ago. I don't watch Fox Soul. Funky Dineva got to the point where um the way he talked about black women just really started to irk my soul. So I unfollowed him on social media. I just, I just didn't want to. If you don't like somebody, don't follow their ass. So I stopped watching him on YouTube. I unfollowed him on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. So I don't see anything, like he don't come across my feed no more. I had until you brought his name up, I had actually forgot he even existed. So I wouldn't know. Plus, I never watched Fox Soul. So you know who I'm liking? Uh, Chad Ochocinco and what's that other football player? I like their little podcast, and I'm really surprised Shannon Sharp. I don't really watch these um gossipy gay men podcasts. I can't watch that no more because a lot of them hate black women. A lot of them can't wait to say some of the most vile things about black women. And the crazy thing about it is their platforms are built on the backs of black women. And I just couldn't be one of the black women that supported his ass. So I stopped. I stopped. I blocked everything that had his name on it. I blocked and stopped following him. You won't get my view. You hate black women and I hate you. I don't know what he said to set me off, but he must have said something to set me off, honey, and I blocked his ass on everything. Oh well, yeah. If the Baptist church is used to saying certain terms, then yeah, of course they're not going to use Arabic terms or Arabic words because they're used to a certain way. That doesn't make them xenophobic or hating or racist or not liking certain cultures, but that those terms are not used in the Baptist church. If that's not part of their culture, that it don't mean they racist because they don't want to use certain words. Just like, they may not call Jesus Jehovah. It's a lot of terms in the Baptist church that, you know, may not be used in other churches, but that's just the tradition that the Baptist church has. And I wouldn't consider them xenophobic because they don't want to use Arabic terms or I don't know. Yeah, I can't really say anything about Foxhole because I've never watched the show. Like I used to when I was still following Funky Dineva, I would like every now and then see like little maybe excerpts from the show, but when I stopped following his ass, I don't see anything now, which is fine because I'm a gay guy and I'm highly offended by the things he says and continues to say about black women. I think him being let go is karma. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just sometimes get very offended by gay, the way some gay men talk about black women. I just get really offended by that. Because if you don't like me, I don't like you either. And it's like it's real. Why should I like you and support you and you don't like me? And you getting online saying that you don't like me. So why should I like you? Why should I support you? I'm not going to do it. It was fear based, not knowledge based. There was a woman there who spoke in tongues, and they started insulting those who had, and they got into a debate. The tongue thing was treated the same. Now there are some Baptist churches that don't believe in speaking in tongues. Like, I remember when I was young, a musician came to our church one time and was like speaking in tongues, and my pastor shut it down because there is a scripture in the Bible that says that if there is no interpreter to interpret what the tongues mean, then you shouldn't be doing it. And so my pastor shut it down and was, like, this shouldn't, it's an interruption of the service if there's no interpreter. And so, kind of like after that, that musician didn't do it anymore. It's just in this. Okay, so I'm gonna say this was back in the early 80s, probably. Yeah. The Baptist church speaking in tongues back then was just not a regular thing that they did. Yeah, I would consider my Baptist church a conservative Baptist church also. Yeah, I've never been to a church, even when I went to Church of God in Christ. I never been to a church and anybody was translating in tongues. People would just be in there, and after a while, that shit's like, all right, I'm ready to go now. People just speaking in tongue, it just to be speaking in tongue, and no one is interpreting it. They just babbling. Like, I never got into that. After a while, that's all it is just a bunch of hooping and hollering. Now, my father-in-law is the cook in his house. My father-in-law cooked for Christmas and yesterday. Child, he cooked some pig feet. Why we still eating that slave food? Pig feet, pig ears. Yeah, the feet and the ears. Black eyed peas. Black eyed peas are okay. I don't really consider black eyed peas slave food because there's nutritional value in black eyed peas. There's no nutritional. Did I say traditional value? Nutritional value in black eyed peas. There's no nutritional value in pig ears and pig feet. We don't have to eat that. So yesterday we had the whole traditional New Year's dinner: cornbread, black eyed peas. What did he have? Green string beans, pig feet, pig ears, turkey necks, rice, gravy. Well, I have to eat that shit no more. I don't eat pig products. I'm not eating body parts of a pig. I'm not eating that. I can't. I cannot eat their feet, tails, ears. It's horrible looking. Have you ever seen pig ears cooked? It's just like skin. It ain't no meat. Just like, can you imagine? There's no meat in our ear. It's just gristle and skin. And that's what their ears, there's no meat in here. It's just like fat and gristle and skin. And that's what their ears are. Oh my God. I can't even imagine eating that shit. Mm-mm. I'm not eating no. The tails ain't got no meat on them either. The tails ain't nothing but gristle and bone. Mm-mm. I'm not eating that. I mean, I know when we were slaves and we were poor, we had to eat, you know. What you want? Let me tell them to come get you. Because you sitting at the door scratching. Hold on, he's coming. You not gonna tell everybody Happy New Year? Huh? Come here. Come here. Come here, Poochie. Gizmo, come here. Gizmo. Wait, I'm daddy. I think he want to go outside or something. He gone. Um. Oh, he Jamaican. Yeah, I'm not eating that. Mm-mm. I don't care what you put it in. Soup, stew, rice. I'm not eating that. I don't like it. I don't like. I don't like the way it look. I don't like the way it cook. I probably would have been this big if I had been a slave. Because the only thing I would have been eating is the rice and the cornbread. Because I'm not eating no chitlins and pig feet and hog maws and all that shit. I'm not eating that shit. I would have been so skinny. They'd have been like, oh, that girl's sick. She's sick. Because I'm not eating that. I'm sorry. I don't think I could have got that desperate. How long we been on here? I gotta start back to doing more lives, y'all, because we gotta get these views back up. Because I have been slacking. And my analytics is like, girl, what you doing? What are you doing? So we got to start doing more videos. I need to. Hey, Melissa. Y'all, Melissa done gone back to our girl. Melissa gone back over there. She done unblocked you. I thought she blocked you, girl. Melissa done went back over there, y'all. Melissa, I'm going to talk to your husband and tell him that you back over there letting Connection abuse you, because she going to abuse you again, girl. She is going to get mad at you and abuse you, she probably gonna see you over here and get mad at you for coming over here. She unblocked you because she desperate. She unblocked you because she needed something. She needs y'all to furnish her apartment. Of course she gonna unblock you. You was one of her number one givers. She wouldn't have got another damn dime from me. Girl, you one of them good Christians. Cause she wouldn't have got another dime from my ass after I had been nice to her and she blocked me. She wouldn't have got a red penny from my ass. Of course she unblocked you. Yeah, I heard what Dr. Jackie said, and she had to come back and apologize too. She had to come back and apologize. I don't watch reality shows like I used to. But I did see she had to come back and apologize. And then one of her patients came out and said that she was a patient of Dr. Jackie, and Dr. Jackie didn't even deliver her baby. She ain't seen the woman. She saw her one time and never saw her again. I'm about to start doing my subscribers like connection so y'all can like me. Because she be out here dogging the hell out of her subscribers, blocking them, cussing them out, and they still come through. And I'm gonna call Melissa husband. I'm gonna be like, Mr. Melissa, do you know that Melissa back over there letting that woman dog her out again? You better watch your Amazon account. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna tell your husband. I sure am. Cause my husband would have been shut that down. This woman done blocked you after you was nice to her. She blocked you and cussed you out and everything, and said that you was trying to tamper with her computer or something, she said. And now you back over there, y'all besties again. Cause I was over there and see Melissa. I said, look at Melissa. Look at Melissa. By March, she gonna be to cuss you out again. She gonna cuss you out because she gonna see you in this chat. Cause she probably in here. Hey girl. Hey girl, cause I know you be in here. You just ain't brave enough to drop down. But I don't have you blocked. You can drop down in my chat. I don't care. I could care less. I don't care. But girl, she gonna cuss you out again. Watch and see. She is most definitely, she gonna be to cuss you out by March. Cause she gonna see you in this chat. Phoenix, she didn't cuss Melissa out. She didn't block Melissa. Said that Melissa was trying to hack her computer. Said that Melissa was trying to hack her computer and everything. And Melissa back over there, they besties again. They besties again. Probably till March. Mark my word. Mark my word, Melissa. She is going to cuss you out before March. She going to get you. She is going to get you again, girl. After she get that apartment together, after she get all of the stuff off of her wish list, and she get that apartment together, She gonna cuss all y'all out. She just waiting for y'all to send all the stuff she got on her Amazon wish list. She just waiting until she get that apartment together. Then she gonna cuss all y'all out. That's her MO. She said, not bestie. She don't talk to me. I told her happy. She said happy New Year back. Y'all friends. Phoenix said I wouldn't deal with her. There was a weirdo who used to come over here and he impersonated me on his own channel on another platform and said I was harassing him. Yeah, I can't even think of that dude's name. Girl, he harassed me for a minute. He was sending me all kind of crazy emails and everything. He harassed me for a minute, girl. He finally left me alone. He finally went on about his business. She gonna cuss you out soon, Melissa. She is. But you always welcome over here, girl. Well, at least we ain't gonna cuss you out. Melissa, didn't you buy her a walking cane or some shoes or something? And then after you gave it to her, she cussed you out and said that you was trying to hack her phone, hack her computer. Melissa was nice to her. Bought her stuff off her Amazon list and everything. And then she cussed her out. Now, this person was like impersonating. This person was impersonating Phoenix, I guess, to try to get to me. That shit was crazy. That was some years ago, though. That was a while ago. Girl, you always welcome over here. We ain't gonna cuss you out, Melissa. I don't cuss out my subscribers. Okay? That's one thing I'm not gonna do. Like you gotta do something to me for me to cuss you out. I'm not just gonna wake up on the wrong side of the bed and cuss out my subscribers. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that mentally challenged. You know, she kind of pissed me off yesterday though. When I saw that video that she did talking about Taraji, like she don't even understand what's going on with Taraji. Like, so they said that Oprah only gave Taraji $500,000 to do The Color Purple. Like Taraji has been basically used by Hollywood. But of course, black women don't get the money that they deserve. In the Benjamin Button movie, Brad Pitt got $10 million and Taraji got 150,000. And she did her role in that movie was hella good. Yeah, she and so Connection was like, it should be a cap on what celebrities make. They shouldn't even be allowed to be that rich. Girl, you just mad because you poor. How you gonna put a cap on what celebrities make because they out here living lavish? She said Taraji shouldn't even have a house that big. Don't nobody want to live in a sardine can like you. Like, people should be able to live however they want to live. Now, should the financial distribution be more for everybody? Like, yeah, it shouldn't be poor people. But if you in Hollywood and you making good money, You should be able to have the house that you dream of. And if you dream to live in the Los Angeles hills, you want to live on the hill, you want to have a nice house. What celebrity don't have a nice house? All celebrities have nice houses. Even people who are only social media celebrities want to live in nice houses. Of course, they do black women dirty in Hollywood. Black women are not making the money that white women or white men make in Hollywood. It just don't happen. And for Taraji to speak up, and then for ignorant, but when you poor and you have a poor mentality, of course you want other people to be poor like you. You don't want to see other people rich because you ain't rich. You think everybody should be poor. Like, I don't understand Connections mentality that everybody should be giving to her. People should help her with her apartment. Give me this. The government is paying your rent. Like, how do you get a mentality that everybody owe you something or everybody should give you something? Everybody should. It shouldn't even be rich people like that. People shouldn't even be that rich. The hell? But honey, she crazy. And she was talking about she shouldn't, redlining, and people shouldn't, like, poor people shouldn't have to live together. Well, they don't want the homeless population in rich neighborhoods. Like, they're not going to put a transitional apartment or a transitional home in $1 million housing development. That don't make sense. That's not gonna happen. Like, they're not gonna build some apartments in the housing development that we live in. Like, where we live, there are no apartments. It's just houses. All of these houses are made by the same company. It's just houses. Don't nobody want an apartment next to where you live with a bunch of crackheads. No, girl, that's not how it works. Girl, that's why we pay an HOA. So everything stay clean. The crackheads are not gonna live next door to us. Mm-mm. And that's not me being an elitist. That's you. You pay for where you live. Don't nobody want to live next door to the crackheads. They just don't. Now, should the crackheads have somewhere to live? Yes. But just not next door to me. And I'm going to keep it 100. You can get mad at me if you want to. But I'm keeping it real. I bet you don't want the crackheads next door to you either. You don't. You want to live in an area where it's going to be clean. It's not 50 cars in the driveway. It's not junky. You could drive down the street. You ain't got to worry about your car getting broken into. I don't want the crackheads next door to me. I didn't live close to the crackheads before. Lord have mercy, Jesus. My prayer, Lord, is I never have to live next door to the crackheads again. I ain't got too old to live next door to the crackheads. Mm-mm. I want to be able to walk outside my door anytime at night and get in my car. And the only fear I want is this little skunk that be doo doo doo. And I think he is as scared of me as I am of him. Little skunk, we got a little skunk that walks around our neighborhood. That's the only thing I want to see. When, because you know, me and my husband, we may take a notion to do a donut run at 2 o'clock in the morning. And we want to feel safe going outside, getting in our car. Now, if the crackheads was right next door, you don't feel that safe. So, no, no. When you living in a place that has an HOA, it's not going to be an apartment full of crackheads next door. It ain't. People do not like truth. Crackheads bring decent neighborhoods down. Not being hateful, being honest. You pay for. Now, my husband said there is a neighbor. Okay. We live in a nice city. We live in a nice city. We live next door to a nice city. We live in a small city. Somebody said, "Oh, you live in a big city." No, we live in a small city. We live in a very small city. It's only 29,000 people in the city that we live in. We live in a very small city next door to another very small city. The Bay Area, what y'all don't realize is the Bay Area is big, but the Bay Area has a lot of small cities inside of it. We live in a small city. Next door to us is another small city, but these are nice areas, very nice affluent areas. Now, one of the areas where on the bus route is a transitional home. You would not know that this was a transitional home because it just looks like a regular house. But my husband says he has picked up and dropped off people that live there that, have some issues and stuff. But from the outside, you would think that it was just a regular house. And I'm pretty sure the people that live in that neighborhood are making sure that it continues to look like that. I'm pretty sure they are probably paying because that area has an HOA. Most of the houses in all of the cities around me have an HOA. So when you have an HOA, the area is going to look a certain way because your homeowner association is going to make sure that it looks a certain way. And with her always complaining about the fumes, the crack fumes, the this fumes, the that fumes, that's bad. I don't want to walk out my house and smell no crack fumes. Why would I want to walk out my house and smell crack fumes? I don't want to do that. I don't want to live like that. I have been going through it in this building I live in here in the suburbs of DC because of the crackhead invasion into our community. Yeah. I have lived the townhouse that we used to live in. Next door was a three a triplex. And behind the triplex they had a cottage. The crackheads lived in the cottage. They they would be up all night making noise, fighting. Like the man, it was a man and a woman, and they were older crackheads too. They weren't no young crackheads. He would collect car parts and junk. I used to be thinking, these people gonna make us have rats, and they gonna come from next door and run up in our apartment, in our townhouse. I don't want to live near no crackheads, child. I don't want no crackheads near me. And I don't know why Connection think that somebody in a house wants to live near a bunch of crackheads. Girl, no. That's not how the world works. What I want to know is, how do you get accepted into this place and get to stay if you're a drug user? Looks like that would be a no-no. Well, if they don't have a if they don't have a manager on site or a case manager on site who is watching these people on a daily basis, or drug testing, drug testing should be part of them staying in the housing place. When the place that I used to work at, they got drug tested. They got drug tested to stay there. So I don't know. I don't know what type of, and I want to know, how is she at a facility that houses other drug addicts if you ain't an addict? How you get into place? You ain't a drug addict, but you staying in a place with other drug addicts. How you get in there? You got to be a drug addict too. You must be a crackhead too. Because how you get in there? How you not a crackhead. You not a crackhead. But you are living with other crackheads. How does that happen? How do they put you in an apartment with other crackheads and you not a crackhead? How? How does that happen? You got to be something. They just threw you in there with the rest of the crackheads, and you not a crackhead? No. No. They would have put her in a senior. Why they didn't put her in a senior living facility? They put her in there with the crackheads. That don't make sense. I have no clue who this person is, but she sounds like a it's Burgess Reacts. It used to be Connection Rejection, but she changed her channel name to Burgess Reacts, I think. Girl, she is a hoot. She is definitely a hoot. She can't. I'm her nemesis. She can't stand me, and I love her. I really do. She funny to me. You know, when I talk about her, like I be talking about her on my channel, it's not that I don't like her. Like I really like her. I like her. It ain't nobody that I don't like. It's very few people that I don't like. And if I don't like you, I'm not going to talk about you. I block you from my mind, body, and spirit. So if I talk about somebody, like if I talk about Adrian or I talk about Connection, it's not that I don't like them. Because we're going to be talking about Adrian come this weekend because Adrian said that she about to have a housewarming party for this camper that she just purchased. So we are definitely going to talk about that. And none of the workers want to go do anything in her place because she tells them how to do their job. You see her like I do. She makes girl when she when the maintenance people when she be coming in talking about the maintenance people and how they be doing this, that, and the other, I said, I know she be getting on their nerves. But Melissa, I need you to explain to me about this toilet situation. Because she said that she did when she first moved in, it wasn't an adult height toilet. Like this woman complains about everything. What was the toilet? On the floor? I don't understand what an adult height toilet is. I thought all toilets I thought all toilets were the same height. It was real low to the ground. But it was an apartment toilet. Ain't all toilets in apartments the same height? I ain't never heard of a toilet low to the ground. This is America. All toilets are the same. This is not like she in a foreign country and they in the toilet on the floor. Cause she was saying that, oh, they came in and they fixed the toilet. My nose running, y'all. They came in and I fixed the toilet. They fixed the toilet, and now I have an adult height toilet. And I was like, huh? Yeah, children's toilets are smaller, but this is in a apartment. I ain't never moved into an apartment that have like one bathroom, and then you go in there and it's a children's toilet. It's a child-sized toilet for a one bedroom. I was so confused. I said, Lord, what is an adult height toilet? Oh, she blocked you, Bathsheba. She probably got me blocked too. I'm pretty sure she blocked my ass. I don't know. I don't think she could get off it well. I never heard of it either. She's getting new windows too. These people are doing everything they can to keep her happy. I wonder why. Why they doing all that to keep her happy and her ass ain't paying no rent? Or just paying. And how long can you stay in a transitional homeless shelter house in Texas? Texas must get. California don't play like that. You ain't coming into no transitional house and stay for the rest of your life. California be done found a senior living place and threw her ass up in there so quick. You're not staying in no transitional house for no 4 and 5 years in California. You gonna find you a senior place and you gonna go up in there with them seniors. Because if you're not a crackhead, why are you with the crackheads anyway? She need to be with the senior citizens. She probably drive them old people crazy. When my mama used to tell me all of the stuff that was going on at the, because my mama used to live in a senior citizen apartment building, and she used to tell me how them seniors would be up in there cutting up. Them seniors used to be in there fighting over the bango and everything. Jesus, mama used to be like, child, I ain't going down there to the bingo. They be down there cussing each other out and fighting and stuff. That's where connection need to be. She need to be with them old people. So she can get over there and play bingo and somebody beat the hell out of her for talking crazy to him. She need to be with them. Girl, I wish she would have let me see this short toilet. Cause I ain't never seen no it was the way she said it too. She was like, the maintenance people coming in so I can have an adult sized toilet. And see, don't say no crazy shit like that to me. Cause you know I'm gonna make a joke out of it. She been on my list though ever since she said something crazy about my husband. Now you can talk about my teeth, you can call me ugly, you can call me fat and everything, but once you say something about my husband, bitch, them fighting words. Because my husband ain't never said nothing about your ugly ass. She called my husband ugly. So she on my list. She gonna forever be on my list. What y'all finna do?
Shower.
We in here talking about Pinky and the Brain.
Go ahead on.
Why you sweating?
T25, baby.
Oh Lord, he just started the new year, y'all.
Breaking in the new year, right?
I need to go in the other room because you're gonna be in there farting and stuff. You be farting loud. If he fart, we going in the other room, y'all. Cause he ain't gonna embarrass me. They are huh?
You already done
it. See, he up in there grunting and carrying on. I'm going in the other room. Stay here, Gizmo.
I ain't even did anything.
You're getting ready to. I'm going in the bye. Oh y'all. It's finna rain. Can y'all see me? It's getting ready to rain. Yeah, it is. Y'all see how dark it is? What happened? What happened? Oh, I thought y'all was gone. You can't see how dark it is. I'm in the I'm in my husband's office. Damn. Ugh, something in there stink. God damn. Oh, let me show y'all what my husband got for Christmas. God, this gaming chair is huge. Can y'all see me? Hold on, let me turn the light on. Okay. It's raining in Texas. Let me take this off. Yeah, she said my husband was ugly. I was like, now see, I ain't never called her ugly. Look at this. So I think he already used one. So it's chipotle, cayenne, sriracha, jalapeno, green chili, habanero, and ghost pepper. He said he tried them all, and they really not that hot. Damn, it is so much going on in this office. We supposed to play this on live one day. I don't know what he did with the damn something in my eye. I don't know what he did with the little the little things that go in here. I don't see them. I know they was in a little bag. It is so much going on this desk. I don't see how my husband function. It's so much going on his desk. He got monitor, Steam Deck. He got a lot going on in here, child. Hey, Naya. This not my office. This my husband's office. Well, this the man cave. Girl, I know she lying because my husband is handsome. Shit. And what she not gonna do is talk about my husband because we've been together way too long for her to try some shit like that. Ain't nothing ugly about my husband. So leave him out of this shit. If you got something to say it about me. Don't say nothing about my husband because he ain't never said nothing about you. And you a lie calling my husband ugly. My husband ain't ugly. And my husband is such a nice person. Like my husband ain't one of these dudes that will get on here and call her a bunch of bald head bitches or go to hell off. He not gonna do that. I will. But he ain't gonna do that because he's not that type of person. He got money. He got money in here. He don't have that type of spirit. He not argumentative type person. So you're not gonna do that. I'm not even gonna let you talk about my husband like that and think that it's all good. Nah, girl. I cuss you out by my husband. Play with me like that. That's why you by yourself. I got a husband. Shit. And done been had him for a minute. So that's it. I ain't got too much else to talk about. But we gonna start back to doing our lives on a regular basis. And I think I'm gonna start coming around this time. So what time was it? So it was about 1 o'clock when I started. So I gotta make him another bracelet because this one This one looks like it's messing up. This like the only jewelry he wear. He wear these two bracelets, and that's it, in his watch. Where's his watch? It's somewhere. So I'm gonna try to get the schedule together. I gotta talk to my friend when she get off work today and see what days she's gonna be able to. Where are we? Oh, I was gonna say, do I need to charge my computer? What days she's going to be able to do the videos, and when I find out, then I'm gonna try to put the schedule up. Girl, it ain't but $1 and some change. That's all it is $1 and some change. Shit, I want some real money. I want that credit card. I ain't gonna take no paper. Just give me the credit card. I don't have to take no dollar. I could take that credit card, girl. Take one of them credit cards out his wallet. We got the same credit cards though, so I don't have to do that. So that's all I'm gonna do today is probably just chill. Oh, I watched this movie on Prime last night. It's called Survive. It was pretty good. It was about a plane crash, and it was only two survivors, a lady and a young lady and a young man. And it was them basically trying to survive. It was good. It was a good movie. I gotta find some other stuff. I'm watching Queen Sugar, but I'm just on the first season because I finished the Gilded Era. I wish I could find another show that's kind of similar to the Gilded Era. How do you know if you blocked on YouTube? I think when you go to write in a chat, you can't see it. Because if they block you, you can still find a channel. But I think you just can't, if you write in a chat, you can't see it, I think. I don't know. Because I don't care about people blocking me. But I know people that I blocked, they can't write on my channel. They can't write in the chat unless I unblock them. I know that for sure. But I think they can still see your channel, but they just can't type nothing. I think that's how it works. I don't know, girl. Because I know who I have blocked because I can go look at my block list. And I ain't unblocked nobody. If I block you, you gonna stay blocked. You will definitely stay blocked. I have not unblocked anybody that I've blocked. If I blocked you, you earned that. And you gonna keep it. I don't unblock people. Because I think Connection only unblock people because she know eventually she need them. So she go and unblock them. I don't need your ass. If I block you, you gonna stay blocked. That's for sure. For sure. When is it supposed to start raining? Because it's looking super dark. Oh, now, by 3 o'clock, it's 85% chance. So has anybody went and bought one of them Stanley Cups? Because uh New Year's Day? Yesterday? Yeah. Yesterday the Valentine Stanley was released at Target and the girlies went crazy. They went cool and went and bought them all up. I think somebody accidentally blocked me yesterday and it said I was timed out by the channel owner or a mod. And I was like, huh? Well, if you was timed out, that's not blocked though. Timed out is you just timed out for however many minutes and you cool. So timed out, you should be okay. That's not blocked. Timed out just means you just can't chat for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever. Whatever the time limit is. That's not blocked. So you should be cool. But sometimes if the person is on their cell phone and not on the computer, it's easy to accidentally time somebody out because you hit the wrong if you hover over it, it'll click on it on your phone, because that's happened to me too on the phone. On the computer, you got to use the mouse and go over to it, but on your phone you can accidentally click on the thing and time the person out. That has happened to me. So it could have been an accident. But you can't accidentally block somebody. Is it raining? But you can accidentally time somebody out. Yeah, but they probably know that it probably gave the time to them though. On their end, they could probably see how long you was timed out. Yeah, usually it's not for the whole broadcast. Usually it's only for like 10 or 15 minutes and then you should have been able to come back. But did you try to chat after though? Because it shouldn't have been for the whole broadcast. That clock loud, y'all hear it? It's a Raiders clock. His other man cave was more Raider looking than this. This really not a man cave. This the library. This not. I just call it the man cave. But this the library. See all the books and stuff. So this not really the man cave. But that's what we call it. His office, the man cave, but it's really the library. Yes, we have a library in our house. Y'all got crackheads. We got a library and a piano. What Tina say? Oh, you just gonna keep your foot on our necks this year, huh? Yes. Y'all out here with crackheads. I'm in the library. Okay? Why you talking shit? They had some weird people in their chat talking about they weren't black and some weird stuff. I tried after a few minutes, but didn't time myself. Girl, who chat with? Oh yeah, I hear the rain now. What who chat was you in? Y'all got to give me some things that you want to talk about. Like, what are some subjects that y'all want to talk about other than Orishas? I'm tired of talking about the Orisha. Let's talk about something else. What else was we supposed to talk about today? Oh, somebody said that TD Jakes is sending out strikes to channels that are specifically making videos about him. He's trying to wipe away all of the videos about him and stuff. He's striking channels and doing all kind of stuff. Like, and that to me makes you look guilty. If you weren't guilty, you wouldn't do all that. So this look like it's going to be interesting. I don't think so, Melissa. I don't think it's all lies. I think some of this mess is about to be the truth. I really do. Because, the weird thing was, he said in his video, he said if any of it was the truth, the only thing he had to do was repent. He never said it wasn't the truth. He said if any of it was the truth, all he had to do was repent because he's covered under the blood. That sounds like it's the truth to me. Okay, send it to me. Yeah, we are gonna talk more pop culture stuff. Oh, he struck storm. Yeah, I was watching this other young man that had did a whole but see, this guy said he had did a whole dedicated video to about this situation and had used some of TD Jakes' videos, I guess from TD Jakes' channel or whatever. But anyway, he had, used his videos and stuff, and his channel got struck. He said he struck his channel. I was like, I won't be using none of his stuff because I don't have no strikes on my channel. But when I got that, what was it called? Something. When I had shared a video from TikTok and I got demonetized for 3 months. And after that happens, you drop down. You kind of like just drop. That's why the views on this channel are so low. Because I got demonetized for 3 months. So it's kind of like the channel is starting all over again, if that makes sense. Kind of like we started from scratch. Even though I got 16,000 subscribers, we started from scratch because I lost my monetization for 3 whole months. Then I started all over again. It's crazy how YouTube be doing stuff. You sent it to Facebook? I'll look at it when I get off of here. Yeah, I'm gonna do more plant videos too, but right now I don't have no indoor plants. All I have is raining hard. All I have is my outdoor plants. But I need to do more videos with them too because like when it's raining like it is now, I'll be trying to make sure that because okay, so where we live now, it's totally different from where we used to live because we're closer to the water now. Where we used to live was more inland. It wasn't as close to the water and it was drier. It's not as dry where we live now. And it seemed like my succulents and cactus are not growing like they used to grow where we used to live, if that makes any sense. So now I'm trying to get used to growing them here. It's like we live in a totally different state because they growed where they was going crazy in Oakland because it was drier there. They don't grow like that here. And I'm trying to get used to growing them in this area. It just seemed like where we moved from one city to another city in California, it seemed like we moved to a totally different state. But we stay in the same state. We just stay in a different city. But the temperature and climate, because we're so much closer to the water, is just different for succulents and cactus because they stay damp here. It wasn't like that when we lived in Oakland. They stayed drier there. So I'm trying to make sure that they don't retain a lot of moisture because that is death to cactus and succulents. Retaining too much water just automatically kills them. They die because they don't like a lot of water. So I'm trying to get used to this area growing my outdoor plants. So I am going to be showing more of my outdoor plant journey. I gotta adjust my gnome. I had to kind of rearrange my gnome garden because it's gonna start raining and my little gnomes are just like, oh my God. So now I gotta kind of move everybody around so they're just not out in the rain like they were. Girls in this job. And I was kind of like stressing myself out for a minute. And my husband was like, those are plants. Okay. Don't stress yourself out. They're plants. You're going to be fine. If they die, I'll buy you another one. Because I stress myself out over just little small stuff. So I am going to work on that. But I think it's supposed to rain the rest of the week. No. Today, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, is supposed to be cool, but Saturday is raining. So we'll see. But I think it's supposed to rain the rest of the day today. Yeah, those are my babies. And I get stressed out. If one of them die or if something happened, I just get really stressed out. Seriously stressed out. I need to polish my nails. These my nails. Is that my husband? He finna put me out, y'all. Told you.
Turn up the lights. The party's over.
Dang, that was a quick party. Oh, it's raining. All right, we going back. I know Gizmo in here mad. You want him back?
He didn't want to come.
Oh, he did? Oh, he's sitting here in his blanket. You okay? Okay, we back. Because I didn't want to be up in here. My husband be up in here in the shower farting and carrying on. I didn't want y'all to hear all that. Because he be loud. I think I'm going to polish my nails. My nails do grow. Now, if they get any longer than this, they're going to start breaking. Probably in the next 2 weeks, you're going to see me and I'm going to have nubs. Because they get any, and it don't matter what I do. I can put the hardest nails or, something on there to strengthen them or whatever. They just gonna break. They don't stay long. My mother had really nice long nails all the time. And they were her nails. My biological mother, she never went to get her nails done. And every time I saw her, she had really long nails. She had long, healthy nails. So I guess I got 2 things from her. My hair. Our hair is very similar. Her hair used to look like this. She wore an afro all the time, but it was like a little poofy afro like this. So I definitely got her hair and I definitely got her nails. That's about it. Oh, and some people say I got her attitude. So that's it, y'all. I will see you guys tomorrow. So we gonna shoot for doing a live, at least one every day until I get my. Let me see. How far do I have to go? Until I get my let's see. Until I get my watch time hours back in the up. Right now it's in the down. When I get my watch time hours back to the up, then we'll slow down on the lives. But we're going to try to do a live every day. Even if I have to find something on TikTok to talk about. Because I do want to talk about more pop culture stuff. Because believe it or not, I do be up on the pop culture stuff. Like I am a TikTok girly. If you're not following me on TikTok, follow me on TikTok. Let me see. What is my name on TikTok? Who am I on TikTok, child? Oh, me. I'm Lashana Brown 1 on TikTok. So if you on TikTok and you ain't follow me on TikTok, follow me on TikTok. Okay. Um, you can follow me on Facebook. My Facebook is open. So I will see you guys later. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Happy New Year if I didn't already say it. And make sure you're watching my regular uploads. Make sure you've watched the other videos and make sure you are subscribed because sometimes YouTube will unsubscribe you from channels. So go and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Okay? I love you guys and I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you. Bye.